Hey everyone, welcome back. So, as we close out Black History Month, we are honoring the backbone and true leaders of the community. Our next guest is the executive director and founder of Healing Black Women, a safe space designed to encourage and promote all forms of wellness and healing for women of color. Joining us to tell us more about their social and self-wellness programs, please welcome Healing Black Women executive director and founder, Laquanda Roberts-Buckley. Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. And most importantly, thank you for committing yourself to holding space for women of color, for us women of color, I should say. So I didn't introduce your whole bio, but I do want to share with our viewers that what I find most fascinating about you is your transparency.
Uh-huh.
In the way you describe the evolution of, I guess, this organization, which you're going to share with our viewers. But to read that you were a suicide attempt survivor who manages bipolar disorder and PTSD, and you're on your way to receiving to obtaining a doctoral, right?
Yes. We haven't started the program yet, so we're working towards it. That's the goal.
Well, the point is that you've made it your life mission, right?
Yes.
In addressing your needs, and now you're passing it forward. So let's talk about how this even started. I gave them the way back story, right? Because that was like so many years ago.
Yes.
And now you formed this organization and or institute. Well, I don't know what you're referencing it as.
Okay.
Healing Black Women. So let's start with how that started and when it started.
So Healing Black Women started in February 2019. This was at the end of me having a major depressive episode. So bipolar disorder, you go through manic episodes and depressive episodes. And I was coming off of a very long, hard to treat episode. And I was exhausted. And in my exhaustion and frustration, I wrote an article called Dear Depressed Black Women, I Understand, just really pouring my heart out to just understanding what it's like to try to get up every day and go to work and still come home and just crashing, not having any energy, putting on that face that I'm okay and I'm just ripped apart on the inside. And when I wrote that article, I was like, I have to do something more. And when I did, I thought about Healing Black Women, and I was like, social media has always been familiar to me. And so I just started doing like 60-second videos. After 2 weeks, I said, I don't want to do this by myself. So I reached out to people that I knew that were already in the wellness space to join me, and they joined me as contributors. And we later ended up doing a virtual conference. We had over 200 people attending. And I said, you know what? We launched our website, we need writers on board. And so I had a group of ladies come in to decide to be writers with us. And I was like, let's start doing virtual panel discussions, really hammering out the things that we are dealing with as women in this space. And COVID hit, and the summer of 2020 was just brutal for us. And it was an honor for me to be able to hold space for us.
Think about it. It's almost like you were in preparation to be that space for people to use as a means of refuge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we're all still in boxes as we're communicating right now. However, if you're telling me that you were going through something pre-COVID, right? Well, COVID-19 means it came out in 2019. So we don't really know exactly what date, but it was in 2019. But I want to say like towards the fall is when it started really becoming public. So February 2019, you had already made a decision, almost as in preparation for where we are now.
Yeah. It's surreal to think 3 years later we are here. We are here, and we are 12 women strong, including 13. We just launched our support group program, where we are offering monthly support groups for individuals who just need to hear from someone else, this is what I'm going through, or to connect with other women of color. And that was like really, really the basis, so that people don't feel alone, but also feel safe when they're expressing how they feel.
Right, because one is most likely to express themselves knowing that the person they're dealing with is familiar with what they're going through. And so I know you had a conference that that was held virtually, that actually housed like 200 people.
Mhm.
That's
That's correct.
amazing. That's amazing. But by the same token, it's concerning because this is where we are, right?
Yeah.
So as we continue navigating through this era, where do you see yourself, or let's say healing Black women? Where do you see healing Black women evolving into? I mean, you reference it as a wellness space. You've got the website. I know you also have a podcast. I know you're a Reiki 2 practitioner. I know you're a certified life coach. So as I mentioned at the top of this interview, you've invested in yourself, and the beauty of what you've done, not just solely for yourself, is that you've invested to pass it forward. So as you continue evolving, right, because you're also going for your doctoral, even though it's not,
Correct.
right, the date isn't there, but you've already put it out there. You've already declared it. So I'm sure you're going to get it. And you're managing all of these women in these departments. I mean, you should feel really good about yourself right about now. And I'm excited to share this with our viewers. So just share with our viewers how they can either be a part of it or come to you, and what exactly it is that they would be walking into.
So with healing Black women, one thing that I wanted to do was make sure that we had programming. I absolutely love programming support. I am a licensed therapist myself. I'm licensed in Virginia and I'm licensed in the state of Mississippi. And so having that support programming was really the next step. And we began that this year by launching our, virtual support programming so that anyone in the country can attend. We will be moving forward with offering free life coaching services for individuals. And at some point, I do want us to begin to offer free counseling by licensed therapists who are available. The thing about free counseling is that you have to have a license within the state that the person resides in. So that's going to come later down the road. But as things and we eye the environment, we are going to be looking at hosting wellness retreats around the country to really help women connect. And, we're just, again, looking at the climate to ensure that it's safe for us to be able to do the type of wellness retreats that we are looking to do. And I did want to say, we also are not necessarily bound to the United States, because we do have an associate that lives in Canada and another one that lives in London. And so we're looking at potentially hosting some things there as well when it's safer to do so.
Wow. In a matter of 3 years, you've gone international. How impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically.
I always bring these things up because we've endured a lot, but there's something to be said about the way we've all of us, right, in general, have found ways to pivot and rediscover, right?
Yes, most definitely. I think for me, I always looked at other people that were in the Black mental health wellness space and asked myself, where do I fall in? But I'm a firm believer that your experiences will always create space for you. And instead of trying to replicate what someone else was doing, I just looked at my experiences and said, what did I need then? And then moved forward in that capacity.
And quite frankly speaking, that's what drew me to you, and I hope is of interest to our viewers, because she's out of state, but she's just a click away. And again, going back to just being fully transparent, that within itself speaks volumes in having a deeper understanding of what it is that you're, I guess, serving as in your purpose within our global society.
And it, is truly, truly a blessing to be in that space, because I have an understanding not everyone reaches that space but to finally operate and know this is my space and that my space can connect the lives to others so that they can operate in theirs is probably one of just the most rewarding and amazing feelings that I have.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for bringing it to our viewers. And you guys, once again, that's Laquanda Roberts-Buckley, who is the executive director and founder of Healing Black Women. And if you're interested in learning more on Healing Black Women, you can visit healingblackwomen.com and also follow them on IG at Healing Black Women. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to hear about our new exhibition celebrating Bronx culture and the music created from the beginning of this COVID-19 pandemic era. Don't go anywhere.